You're not imagining it, Pisces. Something is shifting. Something is approaching, and it's moving toward you faster than you think. At first, it is almost imperceptible, a subtle flutter in your chest, a quiet tug in your intuition, a sensation that stirs when your mind is otherwise busy. Perhaps it comes in the hush of early morning, in the moments just before you drift asleep, or in the space between two thoughts when the world feels still. It is a presence, soft yet undeniable, a whisper from the universe that your life is about to take a turn. December 2025 is not just another month. It is a threshold, a doorway, a subtle pivot point where past lessons meet future opportunities. You are standing in the center of this turning, and the universe is waiting for you to recognize the alignment that is already unfolding around you. The year behind you has stretched you beyond what you believed possible. You have faced challenges, endured setbacks, and weathered uncertainties that tested not just your patience but your sense of self. You have carried the weight of responsibilities, of emotional labor, of expectations, some spoken, some silently assumed. And yet, here you are, scarred but unbroken, tempered by the fires of experience, and strengthened by the moments when you persisted despite exhaustion, doubt, or fear. The lessons of 2025 have prepared you for this threshold. They have shaped you into someone who can see opportunity where once there was only obstacle, someone who can hear the call of the universe amidst the chaos of life. There is a subtle stirring, a quiet energy that rises within you, almost secretive at first. It is a feeling you cannot name, but one you cannot ignore. A gentle insistence that something is about to arrive, something that will shift the currents of your life in ways both profound and delicate. The universe is moving, orchestrating circumstances with precision, pulling strings that are invisible but tangible in their effect. You feel the pull in your chest, in your gut, in the silent spaces where thought and intuition converge. December does not demand. It does not push. It simply draws, gently, persistently, until you notice and respond. Before the full clarity arrives, there is always a dip, a Roy nip, an emotional pause that tests your grounding. It may appear as a moment of self-doubt, a plan that falters, a message that is delayed, or a miscommunication that sends ripples of uncertainty through your day. For a moment, it may feel like everything is teetering on the edge. But this is not collapse. This is recalibration. The universe is realigning your life, removing what does not belong, and preparing space for what truly aligns with your path. In this brief dip, your resilience is called forward. You are reminded of your ability to breathe, to center yourself, and to rise above the turbulence. And rise you will. December carries intention. It brings revelation, recognition, and subtle waves of transformation designed to show you the depth of your own growth. You have matured. You have strengthened. You have shed old fears and outdated dynamics. The universe is now reflecting back to you what you may not have fully acknowledged, the quiet, persistent strength, the patience, the insight that has carried you here. You are no longer merely surviving. You are evolving. The first stirrings of December bring subtle awakenings. You awaken one morning, perhaps on the 3rd, the 6th, or the 10th, with a shift in energy that is palpable. Your mind feels clearer. Your intuition louder. Your sense of purpose sharper. Something in your perception has shifted. The fog that clouded your judgment, that dulled excitement, begins to lift. And the path ahead, long obscured, now begins to emerge, faintly at first, then increasingly clear. This is the first gentle rise, the opening of a mental dawn. Not dramatic, not a lightning strike of motivation, but a soft, stable flame igniting within, illuminating the choices before you with quiet clarity. Around this time, you notice subtle shifts in how others perceive you. Someone who previously overlooked your contributions begins to acknowledge your worth. Someone who doubted your abilities begins to offer recognition. Those who were guarded or distant show glimpses of warmth, openness, and trust. In your professional life, moments of clarity arise, a new responsibility, an unexpected compliment, an invitation to step forward. You are no longer waiting to be chosen. The universe now positions you as the one sought after, the one whose presence and skills carry undeniable weight. This is the first mini-climax of the month, the rise after quiet perseverance, the validation that confirms your worth, your skill, and your patience. Yet, December is not content to leave you in comfort. Another dip arrives, testing your emotional balance. Misunderstandings may occur. Plans may falter. Communications may seem delayed. And for a brief period, you may feel the old patterns of overthinking, overfeeling, and overcaring creeping back. But this time, you are prepared. You breathe. You center yourself. You rise. You recognize that this dip is not a setback but a rehearsal for resilience, a necessary adjustment in the choreography of your life. The universe is shaping you into someone capable of navigating emotional complexity with strength, clarity, and calm. Mid-month brings a deeper emotional rise. Someone steps forward in your life, their intentions clearer, their presence steadier. Perhaps a familiar connection whose energy has long hovered near, or perhaps someone new entering your orbit. Their energy is consistent, their words and actions aligning in ways that surprise you. Where there was uncertainty, warmth emerges. Where there was hesitation, trust begins to settle. This is your heart's mini-climax, a moment where longing aligns with reality, where emotional readiness meets opportunity, where your inner world harmonizes with the external. For those in relationships, December deepens bonds. Long overdue conversations occur, honest and transformative. Emotional distance diminishes, intimacy expands, and hearts realign. For singles, the month brings readiness and receptivity. You are no longer tied to past wounds or lingering doubts. The universe introduces someone with gentle timing, a patient, calm presence attuned to your spirit. They mirror the qualities you have long hidden, creating balance and mutual understanding. Simultaneously, financial stability begins to assert itself. Delayed payments, unexpected bonuses, or side opportunities emerge. Practical mini-climaxes arise, reassuring you that diligence and persistence yield tangible results. You feel capable, grounded, and confident in your ability to manage resources and navigate material responsibilities. The deepest rise of all, however, is internal. You recognize the profound transformation within yourself. You are less reactive, less drained, less easily consumed by external energy. You choose peace over chaos, boundaries over compromise, clarity over confusion. Your intuition sharpens, your self-respect roots deeply, and you stand taller in your own power. Around the 20th to the 27th, subtle signs appear. Messages, coincidences, or invitations that indicate the universe is orchestrating major events in 2026. These signs are precise, undeniable foreshadowing, confirming that your growth and readiness are preparing you for what lies ahead. By the final days of December, you are transformed. You step into 2026 not with fear or hesitation but with clarity, strength, and alignment. You carry forward the lessons, victories, and shifts of December, fully aware that the month represents not an ending but a beginning. The universe has returned the energy you invested, rewarded your patience, and illuminated the path you were always meant to walk. You recognize your worth, embrace your power, and trust the timing of all that is to come. As December continues, Pisces, you notice the rhythm of your life shifting more tangibly. Small coincidences begin to feel orchestrated. Moments that once felt random now carry a hidden purpose. A conversation that seemed trivial at first reveals new insight. A glance from someone you barely noticed sparks a thought that refuses to fade. The universe begins to speak in a language you understand intuitively, a rhythm of signs, subtle cues, and gentle nudges that guide you forward. You feel the timing of things aligning, not suddenly, not all at once, but in a measured, deliberate unfolding that feels both inevitable and exhilarating. Around the 7th or 8th, you encounter a minor setback, one that could have previously rattled you to your core. Perhaps an opportunity is delayed, a plan shifts, or someone's response is not what you expected. For a fleeting moment, your old doubts resurface, reminding you of the vulnerabilities you've carried. But you do not stumble as you once might have. You pause, breathe, and observe. You realize this is not an obstacle. It is a rehearsal, a preparation, a tiny test of your patience and clarity. And as you navigate it with grace, the universe responds. New opportunities appear shortly afterward, confirming that this momentary dip was merely the space needed to set up a greater rise. By the 10th or 11th, subtle emotional waves begin to rise. You may feel unexpectedly nostalgic, reflective, or even melancholy. Memories surface, some bittersweet, others tender. These feelings are not meant to weigh you down. They are the universe's way of clearing old emotional debris. By acknowledging and releasing these energies, you make room for fresh, aligned experiences. You may journal, meditate, or simply sit in quiet contemplation, noticing how much you have grown and how much inner space you are beginning to reclaim. As the middle of the month approaches, the second major mini-climax occurs. Someone, perhaps a colleague, friend, or romantic interest, steps forward in a way that is unmistakable. Their words are clear, their intention sincere, and their presence steady. If you have been wondering about the stability of a connection, the universe now provides clarity. This is the moment when emotional alignment becomes tangible. You feel warmth where hesitation once resided, trust where doubt lingered, and confidence in your own judgment. This mini-climax carries a profound sense of satisfaction, a quiet triumph that lifts your heart and steadies your mind. During this period, your professional life experiences a corresponding rise. Projects that once seemed stalled gain momentum. Ideas you have been nurturing quietly begin to take shape, attracting attention, interest, or approval. You are no longer waiting for external validation. Recognition finds you. Offers, suggestions, or invitations arrive precisely when they are meant to, aligning with your own readiness to act. You notice that doors you thought were permanently closed are now ajar, inviting you to step forward. These professional mini-climaxes reinforce the pattern of December. Effort is met with reward, patience is validated, and your persistence is recognized. Mid-month also brings financial stabilization. Delayed payments, unforeseen bonuses, or new avenues of income begin to flow steadily. The tension or anxiety that may have accompanied financial uncertainty begins to dissipate, replaced by a grounded confidence in your ability to manage resources wisely. This practical rise complements the emotional and professional shifts you are experiencing, forming a holistic wave of growth that spans multiple areas of your life. As the 20th approaches, the deepest internal rise begins. You feel the subtle but powerful transformation within yourself. Your reactivity decreases. You find calm where there was once turbulence. You exercise boundaries without guilt. You communicate your needs with clarity and confidence. This is the internal mini-climax, a moment of self-realization that resonates far beyond any external event. Your intuition sharpens, your self-respect deepens, and your inner authority becomes undeniable. You are no longer easily swayed by others' expectations or energy. You are firmly aligned with your own truth. Between the 20th and the 27th, signs from the universe emerge with increasing clarity. A message arrives at precisely the right time. An invitation appears just when you are ready. A seemingly small coincidence carries a weight of meaning that you cannot ignore. These signs are deliberate, confirming that December is the culmination of preparation for the coming year. You sense that the universe is orchestrating major developments for 2026, and you recognize your own readiness to meet them fully. Each sign, each nudge, each synchronicity feels like a gentle tap on your shoulder, reminding you that your growth is not random, but part of a carefully aligned plan. In matters of the heart, emotional alignment deepens. For those in partnerships, December offers opportunities for reconciliation, clarity, and renewed intimacy. Conversations long postponed now take place, honest and raw, creating pathways for mutual understanding. The subtle tensions or misunderstandings that have lingered dissolve as communication and trust are restored. For singles, the month fosters readiness rather than desperation. You are not searching, you are open. Someone enters your orbit, patient, attentive, and sensitive to your rhythm. Their presence mirrors the softness you have cultivated within yourself, creating the possibility for connection that is both authentic and gentle. As the end of December approaches, the cumulative energy of the month builds toward the ultimate climax. Emotional, professional, financial, and internal waves converge, creating a sense of alignment and empowerment that is palpable. You recognize how much you have grown, how much you have achieved, and how much you have endured. You acknowledge the resilience, patience, and insight that have carried you through the year. You step into the closing days of December with a newfound clarity, a quiet confidence, and a sense of readiness that you have never felt more strongly. On the 28th, 29th, or 30th, subtle reflections solidify your understanding. You review the lessons, notice the patterns, and recognize the transformations that have occurred. You understand that the month has not only been a turning point but a preparation for the coming year. You feel the energy of December lingering, a quiet hum of readiness, a sense of purpose, and the awareness that your life is now aligned with the trajectory of your true path. Finally, as December ends and the calendar turns to 2026, you carry with you a profound sense of alignment. You are not stepping into the new year with uncertainty, hesitation, or fear. You are stepping forward with confidence, clarity, and readiness. The universe has returned to you the energy you invested, rewarded your patience, and illuminated the way ahead. You recognize your own worth, embrace your inner power, and trust the unfolding of events. The shifts, mini-climaxes, rises, and dips of December have prepared you to receive the opportunities, connections, and experiences that 2026 has in store. December 2025 is not simply a month. It is the turning point. It is the moment when the universe synchronizes with your inner growth, when patience is rewarded, when readiness meets opportunity, when emotional alignment manifests, and when practical stability confirms the results of your efforts. The month guides you into the next chapter with the assurance that you are prepared, grounded, and aligned. As it closes, you reflect with understanding. This was the beginning, the shift, the moment when everything within you finally turned toward the future you have long deserved. You step forward with quiet certainty, knowing that you are in harmony with your path, and that the universe moves in tandem with your soul.